Alright Courtney, well it was a pretty dire attempt last week on the homework, but the last paper one you sat for me, you got 55, which was a D, quite a high D, so let's see if you can improve on 55 this week. Mistake there, you've done 2,024,310 and it's 25,000. 23,008 is correct. 38 and 32, 46, 42 is correct. 119 is correct, 81 is correct, and you've got all of those there, so that's another 4. 7,000 is correct. 51 isn't, unfortunately. 3 goes into 51. 53 is the first, or 59 is the other. That one's correct. 6 out of 16, 3 out of 8. Good. So 2, 4, 8, 11, 12 on that first page. That is correct. That's right. Well done. Full marks. 8, 6, 10, 11 is correct. 7 for the page. You're going to lose a mark here because you're not telling me what that axis is about. So you're going to write number of pupils or frequency on that axis. So you're going to lose one of those 4 marks. Those are correct. 55 and 2.5. Well done. 10 for the page. 50 centimeters is right. This one's wrong. You're going to get the unit mark though, because centimeter squared is the correct unit for area. So let's see what you've done wrong here. So you have worked out the area of that rectangle and the area of that rectangle, but you've also got to add on the 2 areas of the squares, which is a 9 and a 9. So you're going to lose those marks but get the unit mark. That's correct, that's correct, that's not. Now if you've got the percentage, in order to turn percentage into fraction, all you need to do is to write it as 40 out of 100, percent out of 100. So 30% again would just be 30 out of 100. So 2 marks out of 4 there, 6 for the page. 5 points is correct. 1 win, 1 draw, 2 losses isn't right. 1 win is 3, 1 draw is 1, which is 4. Well, that is right. 1 win, 1 draw, 2 losses. Sorry, that is correct. I don't know where my head's at there. So that's 2 and 2. For this one, what you're looking for, he isn't going to win at all. Then he's going to have 2 draws. So you've got a draw and a draw, which will be 1 and 1. And then 3 losses, lose, lose, lose. Take away 2, take away another 2, take away another 2. So he's at 2. That takes him back to 0, minus 2, minus 4. 2 meters is good, 5 is good. 4 marks, 8 for the page. 37 isn't right. Watch how I explain that on the video clip. And similarly, this one isn't right either. So again, we will do some practice on angle properties, but it's something you can quite quickly pick up yourself. Watch how I do that in the video clip. Go on to the topics and Jones the sum and print off some angle properties questions. It's good. This is something else that we will be practicing, but it's well worth you practicing yourself. Practicing yourself at home, because those questions always carry quite a lot of marks. Right, with this one, the 2b is correct, but 5a take away 6a is minus a, not minus 6a. So only one of the 2 marks for that. Those are correct, so 6 for that page. You won't get any marks for these unless you justify them. So you need to give an example of an even prime number, and there is only one even prime number, which is 2. So by writing 2 is prime and is even is justifying your answer. With this, you've just got to think of a number. 18 is the easiest one to think of. If you half 18, you get 9. Doesn't end in 4. So in order to get those marks, you have to not only correctly circle the right thing, but give an example. And that's correct. With this one, you need, it isn't a plus, it's a times. So it's 5 squared times 3 to the power of 1 times 2 to the power of 1. Okay, so you need to make sure that those are times. You'll lose a mark for the way that you've written that. And then in order to make it a square number, you have to make all the powers even. So in order to make that even, I'd have to times it by 2, and it would become 2 squared, and times it by 3 to make 3 squared. So I'm times it by 2 times by 3, which is 6. So that one's wrong. Good graph, well done. 2, 4, 6 for that page. 20, 30. That is not 25, it is 15. So unfortunately, that's wrong. Tom is right, because by looking at it straight away, you can see that more of the logs have a higher frequency. More of the logs have a higher frequency is not going to get you the marks, because if the higher frequencies are in the lower length, then that wouldn't be right. What you want to say is that the higher frequencies are in the longer logs. Okay, so if you look here, you can see that the higher frequencies are from 60 to 75. Here the higher frequencies are from 50 to 60. So you want to be saying, because the higher frequencies are on the longer logs, something like that. So no marks on that page, unfortunately. Okay, so those are all wrong apart from the onions, and there's no mark for the onions. So it's quite a tricky question, but if you have a look how I go through that on the video clip, and it may be something that will make sense to you. Similarly with this one, have a look. Basically what you're using is that's a straight line, so angles on a straight line add up to 180, so you take that away from 180, it'll give you that one. Then you're inside this triangle, you know that one, will give you that one, and then because of the angle properties of parallel lines, that's the same as that, and that's the same as that. But watch how I go through it more carefully on my video clip. Okay, so we're looking to beat 55, Courtney. Let's see how we do. 12, 19, 29, 35, 43, 45, 51, 57. So 57 is better than last week. It's not quite a C. For a C on this paper, you were looking to score 61. So it's a D, and it is 4 marks off a C. So go back in and see if you can find those 4 marks with some of the mistakes that you've made. But well done, we're improving. Good stuff.